Hey everyone. Okay, first I'd like to say is a quick disclaimer. This video is not meant to offend anybody in any way. And go from there. And if you do comment on this video, please keep your comments appropriate. Let's discuss two different names. Two reasonably common names and their common nicknames. The names I'd like to discuss are Richard and Anthony and their common nicknames, or slang names, or whatever you really want to call them. Common nickname for Richard is Dick. And the common nickname for Anthony is Tony. How do you get the name Tony out of the name Anthony? And how do you get the name Dick out of the name Richard? I know a few people might have some jokes about the name Richard and Dick, and some of them may be true, some of them may not be true. I got a story near the end. But the name Anthony, I work with an Anthony and I went to high school with an Anthony, and they both like being called Tony. In the case of the one I work with, he said his father's name is Anthony, and his grandfather is also named Anthony, and it was just easier growing up for him to be called Tony, and that's been his nickname since birth, pretty much. And the one I went to school with, pretty much the same thing. There was an Anthony in his family as well, and his nickname was Tony. But again, how do you get the name Tony out of the name Anthony? And now let's talk about the name Dick or Richard. Same way, how do you get the nickname Dick out of the real name or birth name Richard? Personally, if my name was Richard, I'd rather be called Richard than Dick. I don't know why anyone would want to be called Dick. I went to high school with a Richard, and few people made the mistake of calling him Dick, and it didn't go over very well. He was a Muslim, and the way the story goes is Richard liked Dicks in that way, and his family found out, his father found out, and they threatened to sue the school for discrimination, again, because he was Muslim, and people were calling him Dick and saying, oh, Richard likes Dicks, so on and so on. But again, how do you get the name Dick? Because it's a common slang name for the real name Richard. When I was talking to Tony here at work, he said, "Yeah, you're right." I said, "Oh, just like the name Richard," and he said, "Oh, Dick." And I agreed with him, and I didn't necessarily want to say that because we're in a workplace environment, but he said it first. That's a common nickname. Like how does that work? I even asked him that. Like, how do you get that name out of that name? And he had no answer for me. And the same thing goes with Anthony to Tony. How does that work? Like, how has it just been like that for many, many, many years? And anyone named Anthony, this common nickname is Tony. Same with Richard, the common nickname is Dick, so on and so on. So if anyone has any answers for me, please leave it in the comment section below. Or if there's any other common nicknames, maybe for females, please leave them in the comment section below. Say a common name and their common nickname. And I guess that's pretty much it for this video. And yes, I'm wearing my green hip hip hoodie. Hate the person, not the hoodie. And that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to you later. Please keep a redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment. And have a great day.